Imagine you wake up tomorrow and everyone on Earth has $1 billion in their bank account. Every single person. Your neighbor, your barista, that guy who still hasn't paid you back from 3 years ago. Sounds like paradise, right? Here's the twist. Within a few weeks, most of that money would be worth less than the napkin you wipe your coffee with. And within a year, some of those brand new billionaires could actually be poorer than they are right now. Yeah, let that sit for a second.
By the end of this video, you'll understand why making everyone rich would actually break the entire economy, why money isn't really wealth at all, and what has to stay scarce for civilization to keep functioning. There's also a real historical example of this happening to an entire country, and it's way weirder than you think. Stick around, because the final twist is the part nobody expects.
First, let's clear something up. Money is not wealth. Money is just a piece of paper, or these days, a number on a screen that everyone agrees to trust. Think of it like a movie ticket. The ticket itself is worthless paper. What matters is the seat it lets you claim. Money works the same way. It's a claim ticket on real things. Food, houses, cars, labor. So here's the problem. If everyone suddenly has 1 billion claim tickets, but the number of actual seats in the theater didn't change, there simply aren't enough seats for everyone. There's still only one loaf of bread at the store. Still only one house on your street. Still the same number of doctors, plumbers, and pizza delivery guys. But now, everyone showing up to buy that loaf of bread has $1 billion to throw at it. Guess what happens next? Prices explode. Not go up a little, explode. If everyone can pay $1 billion for a house, why would any seller settle for less? The bread that cost $2 yesterday might cost $2,000 tomorrow. Not because bread became more valuable, because money became worth almost nothing. Economists have a name for this spiral: hyperinflation. And no, this isn't a thought experiment made up for YouTube. It has actually happened. In Zimbabwe in the 2000s, the government printed so much money that prices doubled roughly every 24 hours. At one point, they issued a $100 trillion bill. One single note, $100 trillion. You know what it could buy near the end? A loaf of bread. Maybe. And that's not even the strangest part. In Weimar Germany in the 1920s, inflation got so extreme that people literally burned stacks of cash to heat their homes. Burning the money was cheaper than buying firewood with it. Stop and think about that. Money became less useful than the paper it was printed on. So if everyone on Earth got $1 billion overnight, we wouldn't be looking at a planet of billionaires. We'd be looking at a planet where $1 billion buys you a sandwich, if you're lucky enough to find one before someone else does. But here's where it gets even more uncomfortable. Money can be printed infinitely. A computer can add zeros forever. But real wealth can't. There is a fixed amount of farmland on Earth, a fixed number of hours in a day, a fixed number of skilled surgeons, engineers, and electricians. You cannot print more oil, more lithium, or more square footage in Manhattan. This is why lottery winners are a surprisingly good preview of this whole scenario. Multiple studies have tracked large lottery winners, and a shocking number end up broke within a few years. Their bank account changed overnight. Their skills, habits, and the actual goods available to them in the world did not. Sudden money without sudden real-world value just moves prices around. It doesn't create abundance. And this raises an uncomfortable question. If giving everyone money doesn't make everyone rich, what actually would? The answer's almost anticlimactic. Real wealth only grows when we get better at producing things. More food per acre, faster ways to build homes, smarter ways to generate energy, better tools that let one person do the work of 10. That's it. That's the actual cheat code for a richer world. Not more zeros in a bank account. More stuff that genuinely exists. Which means the billionaire for a day thought experiment isn't really about money at all. It's a trick question dressed up as a fantasy. And here's the detail that should genuinely unsettle you. If tomorrow, instead of money, everyone woke up with double the actual productivity, double the food, double the housing, double the energy, prices would stay roughly the same, but everyone really would be twice as rich. The universe doesn't care about your bank balance, it only cares about what physically exists. Money is just the scoreboard, and you can rewrite a scoreboard all you want. It won't change who actually won the game.
So, no, making everyone rich overnight wouldn't create a utopia. It would create the fastest, most spectacular financial collapse in human history, wrapped in $100 trillion bill. Real wealth was never about the number. It was always about what the number could actually buy. So here's a question for you. If you could instantly double one real thing in the world, not money, but something real like food, housing, or free time, what would you choose? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. And if your brain just got pleasantly broken by that, subscribe. This channel exists to ask the questions you didn't know you needed answered.